Check, check. Check, 1, 2, check, check. Check, 1, 2. Going live. 20 seconds. Shit. Woo. Shit. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Joe Phame coming at you with episode number 2. So if you missed last night's episode, I had my boy Status from New York. We got to see some of his talents that he had to showcase and everything. So definitely great talent that we had. If you missed it, I have it up on my YouTube channel, which is at Joe Phame. So you definitely want to check that out and to make sure that you're not missing out. Today, I got a special guest. His name is Clarence. He's a broadcast technician / videographer. So he's going to be calling in, and we're going to have a good conversation. I'm going to ask him some questions, showcase some of the stuff that he did previously, and just get a little bit know more about Clarence. So just waiting for him to call. But like I said, make sure you follow me on all the platforms. That's Joe Phame. That's at Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Find me on Instagram as well. So all the social media platforms, you can find me at Joe Phame. This is the Phame Show. So if you're not too sure what it's about, basically I find a whole bunch of talents from all around the world, and I get a chance to showcase them, what they got, and kind of skills. So if you want to show off your skills and be part of my show, just let me know. Just hit me up in a direct message or somewhere on social media, and just let me know, hey, I want to be part of the show. I got some talents I want to show off. So definitely want to have you on. So, yeah, just waiting for him to come. I know he's just setting up. I was just getting off the phone from earlier. He says, yeah, I'm setting up. Didn't realize he was in a different time area. All right, he's calling now. So hopefully we get to see him really quick. Whoop. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. How's it going? The Phame Show. I like it.
Yeah, the Phame Show. Mr. Clarence. How you been, man?
Good, man. How you been, man?
Good.
It's been a minute.
Hell yeah. So just let everybody out there listen a little bit about yourself. What's your name? Where you from? What you do?
Okay. I'm Clarence Young. I'm from North Carolina. Born and raised and everything. I do videography, video editing. That's my career path is in the media, film industry. I've done film, I've done commercials, and as of right now, I'm working on doing freelancing. I worked with Joe here on a cruise ship on Pride of America in Hawaii, living a good life.
Are you supposed to go back there?
I'm sorry?
Are you supposed to go back to the Pride of America? Are you done with that?
No, actually, I was supposed to go to International. I was supposed to go to the Dawn, or one of those cruise ships, the International cruise ships. But I didn't make it on there, and then I was postponed it as well, and then all the coronavirus happened, so it was crazy. Anyway, I'm kind of glad, because if I did win, I would have been stuck on that ship.
Yeah.
I think it was I'd be stuck out there, not getting paid. All that
not getting paid? So what, they were on the boat, like, just chilling in their cabins, not getting paid?
Yeah, there's some people still out there now. It's kind of crazy, man.
I don't know. I'm like, you better fly me back home. Like, what?
No, man. I'll swim home.
Yes, we got a long way to go, man. Long way to go. You wouldn't be here right now. You're like, yo, where is he? In the middle of the ocean somewhere?
Yeah, exactly. It's over.
Yeah. So, I got some of your projects and everything. I was going to ask you some questions, and then we'll show some projects, and we'll talk about that. Sounds good?
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good, man.
So we know that you also did like the technician side as well, so like the broadcasting. Do you prefer that side or more the actual filming and editing and being more creative than just doing behind the scene broadcasting?
I actually prefer more the creative concepts, like, and I mean, it don't even necessarily have to be film. I mean, it can be, doing YouTube, doing little bits, even just like doing writing, anything that I can just be very creative with. So I prefer that more so. Um, that's actually where my true passion is.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. So, when did you start doing video? Like, why did you even start? So, when and why?
I've been doing this pretty much since I was a teenager, way back in high school.
Man, I thought you were still in high school. Stop playing.
Man, it's a whole different time then.
So you said
Yeah,
like over 15 years around,
yeah,
probably
yeah.
around.
I don't want to get my age out.
No, I'm not gonna give you age yet. But so we're grown, man. It's all right. But so why did you get into it? Like, what sparked your interest to get into film and that field?
um, I mean, true, it goes way back to when I was a kid. To be honest, I wanted to be an actor. I was big into that. I mean, I was, a typical kid into video games, into cartoons, into like, stuff. But I was really into movies and wanting to be an actor and everything because, like for two particular genres like martial arts and sci-fi. Like I wanted to do be an actor or be in a film movie of a sci-fi movie or a martial art because I take martial arts and I love that as well. So and then that was always my passion. When I was in high school, I did theater. And then I, for some reason, got into behind the scenes a little bit. And then, like a teacher of mine thought I was pretty unique, and he was like, "Hey, I want you to do like video and editing and help writing stuff." And then I went to school and I went to originally major. I went to college and I went to originally major in theater. But I noticed like my strength because I was kind of shy in front of everybody at the same time, and
Yeah.
that could be awkward. But I mean, like it was in and out. I was just in and out for being in front of the camera, but behind the camera, I was just all in. So I figured that was my strength, and I mean, I liked it. And I started doing that all through college. I started doing little gigs. I did a lot of internships in college, like with news channels, with film companies and stuff. Was doing like random work and everything. So like I just grew this huge passion and started getting a little talented with it. And so I haven't stopped since then.
So he says that like your inspiration. Like that was my next question. Like, what inspired you? Was it like your teacher, or was it like an actor, like a specific actor that got you like really inspired to I really want to do this more.
um, well, to be honest, is when I was a kid, I used to go to church a lot, and they used to throw like little plays, little church plays and stuff. And so I would actually volunteer and be a part of the church plays, and we would travel to different churches and stuff and do little actings of little Bible story and everything. And then I also start doing like video work, like recording it and like kind of just making tapes for it and stuff. So that's what really pushed me into acting, into like the acting world, like the acting lifestyle and stuff, and even behind the scenes. So it started when I was a kid in church. That was like really my push, and then just like became part of my life, like in high school and in college and everything. So
That's nice. I actually like to hear that. It's like a real strong inspiration. Going to church, and it's good to hear that people start at a young age, and they actually get to be inspired at that young. So it's definitely good. what?
yeah, it's
Oh, go ahead.
crazy.
Oh,
No, no, no.
uh, what type of videos do you enjoy working on the most? Like, do you enjoy like making music videos, doing weddings, YouTube content, whatever? Like, what do you like to do the most when it comes to being creative and doing video work?
I actually like doing short stories the most, like short films, short story films and stuff. That's like my ultimate favorite. And I don't know, it's just like you could tell so many stories and you could be as creative as possible and as unique as possible and everything. Now, actually, created a couple of short story films, and throughout school and throughout my lifetime that I love doing stuff I kind of collab with other people. You know what I mean? Like I even did film festivals, like 48 films. We did a short story. I had to come up with like 48 hours on the top of our head and everything. So I love those. Those was kind of like my favorite. Ultimately, I want to do like full length films. You know what I mean? Like I want to like be like heavy a part of it, like write the script out and help produce it. And
So we need to do a collaboration then. I need to get you down here in Florida so we can make this happen because I got so many ideas and I need another visionary person with me. We have to
I'm
get
down.
you down here,
I'm
man.
always in Florida, man. Like I got to start hitting you up more because I'm actually coming down in a couple of weeks.
What? All
Or,
right.
yeah.
Gotta link up then. So, how many projects have you done where you had to work with a full team? Have you been just doing a lot of solo work, or have you actually got a chance to work with big teams yet? Because I know you said you wanted to do that, but have you done it yet?
Yeah, I've done a lot of teamwork regarding film. I do prefer to do more solo, but it's hard. It is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do solo, so it's easier to do teamwork. I haven't did like any like super major like production company team like projects and stuff. At least not yet, and not in a long time. So, but I mean, like even now, right now, I'm working on like a kind of like a geographic documentary with somebody in the Midwest I'm connected with and stuff, and just putting a whole bunch of like old videos from when they was in Alaska and hunting ducks and different animals. And
That's
it's kind
awesome.
of like a geographic type of thing and stuff. So it's unique. So I'm putting that together. And that's kind of like a small team thing. So it's a lot more work. The bigger the team, the easier and the lighter the work is. The smaller the team, the more work it is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm always actually working with the team on some sort. To be honest, like even if I don't even like think about it, yeah.
You always need somebody. That's one like path. You always gotta have a team. You can't just do it. You need a lighting people. You need a sound person. You need like such a big, especially when you do like a massive, even a documentary. I bet you gotta have somebody, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
You
because
always,
I try doing it on myself.
you
I'm like, man, I need another person. Like,
yeah, exactly.
so,
Even if you try to be like a one man team, which I mean, there's people out there that are a one man team, and I even try to do it where they're like editing, shooting, producing, directing, all that stuff, and but still, you still need like something. You need somebody to help you do social networking, so marketing. You know what I mean? Actors, actresses. You need somebody to kind of help you. It's easier to do it by yourself because of the technology now, but it's harder because there's a lot of self-sufficient type of equipments now. Like, I mean, they got a drone that follows you with
Yep.
high definition 4K shit, you know what I mean?
Technology is crazy. It's always evolving. Every day is something. I'm like, oh, I want
Yeah.
that camera. Oh man, I got this.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm looking at lenses. I'm like, oh man, stuff
Yeah,
adds up so quick.
it's out of control. Yeah.
So before we get into more questions, I'm going to dive into one of your videos. I actually worked, I believe, when you were filming this. This was during the Christmas time, the Santa Flow project.
Oh yeah.
So this is just very fun. This is
The story behind the whole point of making that. I could tell you that later.
yeah. We're gonna go into the questions after we play it. So, and you did a little rap and everything. So this is more, don't look at this as like a really serious, big project or anything. This is just like straight like for the cruise ship, mad fun for the holidays. But it was definitely cool to watch. So we're gonna check that really quick, and then we'll get right back to you. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Dalton, you know it? Yeah, that's my hitman right there. Hello, one and only. Oh, yeah, okay. Almost there. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 I got the snow flow. Snow flow. Ho, 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 you can see my reindeers glow. Ho, 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 you can get that snow flow. Ho, 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 ho. Even my F has flow. My reindeers be prancing.
Not yours.
They know how to slay. The beat will keep you dancing. Jingle bells all the way. My colors stay red. He's mean and green.
Get money.
Cut it up, stack it up.
Gingerbread.
We never stop eating Big Tommy.
Johnny.
Drink it out with spice. Checking out the ice.
D-ice.
Winter is coming, but I'll be in paradise. Ho, 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 ho. I got that snow flow. Ho, 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 ho. You can get that snow flow. Oh, man, I don't think they got that flow yet. What do you think, darling?
I don't think they got it, Santa.
Do we have to put Mama on there?
You know we gotta put Mama on this. It ain't nothing
got
without
'em.
Mama.
Mama Claus.
Silent night, holy night. Jesus, do it right. I'll keep it tight. Sticky first. When I'm cold as ice, they call me Snow White. Sometimes I'm a little naughty. I like to bring that Puerto Rican spice. Oh! Singing, dancing. Some say I'm best at dressing. What? Hanging with my peeps in Hawaii. What a blessing. Sipping that booch with my pinky up. Some say I'll be the next Lady Luck, making gifts rain like dollars. Can't help but flex. Kids wake up cheering and we shout thank you next.
Ho, 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 ho. I got that snow flow.
Snow.
Flow.
Ho, 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 ho. You can get that snow flow.
Flow.
Ho, 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 ho. I got that snow flow.
Snow.
Flow.
Ho, 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 ho. You can get that snow flow.
Flow.
Who got that snow flow, man?
I do.
You better get that flow.
You know Head Elf got that flow.
I wonder if you've been naughty or have you been nice?
Oh, I've been naughty.
Who's been naughty or who's been nice? Because if you've been naughty, I got something for you.
What you got?
I'm checking my list twice.
Checking it
I'm going to
twice.
find out who's naughty or nice.
Best be nice.
Rudolph.
Saint Nick. Man with a sack. Who has the presents? Saint Nick. What? Come on, we out. Get it, Claus.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. That's my candy cane. Rudolph, Dorothy, Little Lily, Mrs. Claus, Mama.
This will stay longer than 4 years. That was like, oh, like 30
So, yeah, that was the Snow Flow. But your boy Clarence got spitting them bars. Did you write that track? Did you write those lyrics?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I wrote out everything. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the people that was involved. I want to give a shout out to the production cast of 2018-19. Particularly Emma. Emma was the one who actually thought of that whole thing. She was really not blonde hair, but kind of like blonde white hair and stuff. She was the one who thought of the whole thing and stuff, and kind of just she was the backbone of it all. It was so funny. And then Sharice, she was the Mama Claus. Dalton, he was the hit man. Elf. He was so. I just had no idea he had that type of personality. And Liliana, same thing. She surprised me. She was the other elf and everything. She even told me she did rap videos before. She was part of something. I was like, whoa.
There you go.
Emmett, he was the Rudolph. Definitely got to shout him out because he made it look very attractive. So yeah, it was just so fun. It was a lot. There's a whole backstory to it.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I think I got that last piece of candy. I think I could give out all the candy. I was like, yo, I didn't get no candy. And then you gave me like one little piece. Like, oh, I got you. I'm like, there you go. Show me the love.
Yeah, I know. I had to give out candy because a lot, in it. A lot of people didn't want to be in it, and I was trying to get as many people as possible in it as I wanted to, and certain people I didn't get in, specifically the crew staff. I was told not to put them in it for certain reasons, and that's why I didn't put it in. But they was like, well, I don't understand why I wasn't in it. Yeah, it was just it was funny.
Wilding out.
It was just like a spook.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. it was meant to be for like a Christmas party, you know, like an individual Christmas party, crew party for the entertainment department. Deck 3 for all the way forward, you know where that be at.
Yeah.
And, it's meant to be like a little fun thing for a party, and it ended up turning out like a whole production. So
Hey,
it was hilarious.
yeah, it definitely came out pretty good, definitely. And that was shot on, which camera was that shot on?
I shot that on a mix between the Canon 5D Mark III and I did a little bit of shooting on like we have a broadcast Sony. Is it Sony? Yeah, broadcast Sony camera. Kind of like a Sony HD camera and everything, handheld.
That's one thing.
So I shot it.
They need to update those cameras, man. Like even our like DJ gear, it's horrible. The gear wise, they need to update bad.
Yeah, they're not about to spend the money on that. So, but most of it was shot on the Canon Mark, 5D Mark III, which I love that Canon, that DSLR Canon. It's a great camera and everything. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
I did shooting myself and everything. I don't know how I did it. Like I did it myself and was in it.
Oh, when you shot yourself, you just put it on a tripod, right, and just shot yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Something I would do. Like, you gotta put yourself in it. You were like the main performer.
Exactly. So.
Nah, it definitely was classic. It was a lot of fun, especially if you guys never worked on a cruise ship. You know, there's a lot of good times that happens when you work on a cruise ship.
Yeah, exactly. It was a pretty much good amount of downtime I was able to take advantage of.
Man, you had so much downtime, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But man, I feel like this guy work. Yeah. But I'll get into more about that later. But actually, the next question I'm going to get into, if you had to work with one famous film producer for the rest of your career, who would it be?
A film producer?
Yeah, so like if you had to work with some like famous film producer for like the rest of your career, like yo, you're my guy, you're my video guy, you're hired for like the rest of your life with me. Who would that be?
I would say Tim Burton. I mean, I know he's more of a director.
Well, yeah, director, yeah, same thing, yeah.
And everything. So like, but he's my favorite director and producer. Like I love all his type of movies. It's like dark and gritty, and you know what I mean, like it just has like a niche to it, and he's very consistent with all his films from like way back in the day to even now. You know, he's been making movies. I mean, all my life I've been watching his movies, from like Batman to
he needs to do that at Batman.
Pirates of the Caribbeans and stuff. Like he's literally one of my favorite directors and stuff. Well, actually, he didn't do Pirates of the Caribbean, but he that movie I forgot. Oh, Edward Scissorhands.
Yes,
stuff
classic.
Like that.
That's definitely classic. So, if you got a chance to work with any major film production companies like Blumhouse, Sony, Universal, Warner Brothers, like would there be one you would love to work with the most?
The most. To be honest, I mean, I like all the film companies here in America, but I have like favorite film companies. My ultimate favorite film companies is like out of Japan, you know, as well as like in other countries and stuff, you know, Europe and everything. So Toho is one of my favorite of all times. It's a sci-fi production company called Toho. And they just make all sci-fi movies, and they've been doing it since the 50s, since after Pearl Harbor got bombed. They've been making like sci-fi movies and still making them to this day and everything. And like it's always been just unique and crazy and creative and stuff, and it just kind of like I love it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they have movies and ideas and stuff that nobody else, like, even like, and one of their biggest movies is Godzilla.
Yeah, exactly.
So you heard Godzilla, then you'll know, like, yeah, that's their creative, one of their creative movies and stuff. And even to this day, like, now we got American making their movies,
Mm-hmm.
mimicking the same thing.
So if they offered you a job to move to Japan, would you take it? Like if it paid good
Yeah,
and was worth it?
yes, definitely.
Yeah. That's what's up. Let's see. If you were to get a chance to...
learn Japanese.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? You gotta learn all the language. But I heard they're not that bad. Like, I think Japan is a little bit better than China, I believe, when it comes to, like, English. Like, if you try to communicate, it's a little bit easier, supposedly. I don't know. That's what I heard from people that went to Japan over China. But if you got a chance to shoot a music video for any living artist, who would be your first choice?
For any music artist?
Yeah, so if they're like, yo, can you shoot my music video? Like, any artist, who would you choose?
I don't know. I guess never. I mean, of course, I'd be more attuned to shoot like someone like Drake, music video or something like that. I'm trying to think of somebody music video that was just like spectacular that I really love.
That's what do you like a music video that like tells a story and not just a bunch of random nothing where they're just like dancing on a beach or dancing in one spot for like the whole time, but like the actual ones that tell a story, like the Weeknd's like videos that he's been pushing out, it's like a full story. And like, do you prefer those type of videos?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the artist it depends on who the artist is sometimes, because even if it's really creative, I do like some videos that are very creative. Actually, I can't really think of any off top of my head and stuff that just blew me away and stuff, because some videos are kind of just unique. Can't really think of it.
Can't think of one right now. All right, no problem. There's a lot out there. But yeah, there's some like really nice, like, cinematographic stuff in there. So
yeah, I could tell you one thing, and I could say this production kind of it was Def Jam Music production company, and when I was in Florida, I was going to Full Sail University. They came to my school and everything, and like, had like got up with some Full Sail students to help out with certain projects. And they was unique because they made like a lot of music videos, but they weren't like normal music videos. They was kind of like stories or like short stories or something like that, and it just like it was like a musical kind of, but it was just with like different genres like rap, R&B, pop and stuff like that. And so I thought that was so unique, and I wanted to work with them so bad. And like this company, they like connected with like DJ Khaled and Maybach Music and like just other like groups all in Florida area at that time and everything. I just remember the group was called Def Jam and stuff. So I was like, wow. So I liked their concept because they did more like short stories that became like, music and stuff, and it was pretty unique.
That's right, because you went to campus, right? Full Sail, because I graduated from Full Sail too, but I took the online classes.
Yeah, I was on the campus in 2010 or 11.
So you got your associate's, bachelor's?
I actually got my master's there in entertainment business.
In 1 year?
Yeah, it was like a super accelerated program.
It's super accelerated. 1 year? Like, it took me still 4 to get my bachelor's. Like, they said that was like advanced or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, I already went through I went to another school for my bachelor's, and then I came there for my
master's. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then that makes sense, yeah. I was like, what? Damn. Like, talk about real quick.
Just the master program was a year, though.
Yeah, they don't even have a master's in my degree. I was like, should I go to Berkeley for it? But I was like, I'll stick to my bachelor's, I guess. It's like, the career, our industry is like really hard to find work when it comes to, our type of industry that we're in. And to get to that next level, it's just a lot of networking we have to do and a lot of hustle and grind.
Yeah. It's very crazy.
So when it comes to like editing your projects, like what software do you use the most?
I mostly use Adobe Premiere from the Adobe collections. I've actually started off using Adobe. So way back in high school when I first started editing, the computer, there was a computer science teacher that I had. He bought this whole computer system for the school to like edit videos, and he needed help doing it, and he got me into it and stuff. And that was the very first Adobe program that has ever came out that year, and I had to learn it.
Gotta just dive right in and like.
Yeah, so it was pretty much a prototype, and then it became like a real, official thing and stuff. And I mean, it was pretty good. And I've been using Adobe since. Like when I was in college, I used Adobe Premiere as well, but they also had other programs like Avid Cutter, which a lot of film companies use Avid, as well as on news stations. Some companies have their own kind of weird editing system, or they try to merge them together and stuff. It's a lot of smart people that make the programs and everything. But mostly I've used Adobe Premiere. I didn't start using Final Cut until college, and then I got into Final Cut Pro, and Final Cut is pretty nice as well.
Yeah, that's just, they got us to learn on Final Cut from school and everything. Final Cut being installed onto computers, so that's how I learned Final Cut first. But yeah.
Yeah. So Final Cut, I got into that later, and then there's some other editing programs I have used and worked with. They're kind of similar and closely to Final Cut. Premiere is more different from every other editor. And then there's other ones that kind of stand out, like DaVinci.
Resolve. I was gonna say, have you used DaVinci yet?
I use it a few times, not often. DaVinci Resolve is pretty big too in the film industry as well. So a lot of big time film makers and film editors use DaVinci as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for that too. They have a certification you can do, so that's what I'm actually going to start trying to get the certified DaVinci Resolve. But it's like a lot more simple tools are different laid out. I don't know. It's like I could do some Final Cut with my eyes closed, but I got to do it this way, and I'm trying to get used to it again. But
yeah, exactly. So it's always something. I love editing because it's always like something new to learn. You know what I mean? Like it's a practical skill, so the more you do it, the better you get. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of how it goes. But I did remember one time I had this gig. It was like some kind of bit play concert or something. And then I was working with this production company, and I was like a assistant editor, and you know who the head editor? The head editor was a 9-year-old kid.
You said a 9-year-old kid?
Yes.
Stop playing. You said and not 9, like the age 9. 9?
It was a 9-year-old kid who like was this kind of computer whiz dude, and he was teaching me editing. I probably even to this day I haven't seen a better editor.
Wow. And he's only 9.
He's like, oh, my mom bought me this computer at the age of 5, and I just started learning how to do graphics and design, draw, and I created my own program, and I created my own game system, and I created my own simulator, and I was just like, oh.
He's going to be very talented, very rich when he's old. By the time he's 18, he'll be the next millionaire. His parents like, yep, exactly. It's going to make me money in a few years.
Blow your mind. So the future belongs to these kids. They know these technology.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's the future.
It's
true.
It showed up.
Everything's outdated. No more like film, reels or anything really. I mean, unless you want that vintage look, but even that's kind of fading out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Like people want something different.
So, of all the projects you've done, which was your favorite? Like, have you had a favorite project you worked on?
Yeah, actually I do. And actually I I can't say one particular is my favorite, but like I've gotten into cosplay and like martial arts has always been kind of um like my little side hobby and thing I used to like doing, especially when I was younger and everything. And I used to do like a lot of martial art videos. I would go to different like martial arts schools and record them and put like little reels together and little, unique stuff of like different martial art techniques and people just doing different styles and everything. It was pretty cool. I would make it into like a little story, and then I would actually sell it to the
Oh wow.
dojos or to the little martial arts. They would like, oh yeah, we'll buy this. We love this.
Oh wow, that's
So
good.
I've done that, and one of my favorite type of projects I did. And then another one was almost as close to the favorite is I did cosplay. When I was in Florida back in 2014, I started connecting with a guy. He had his own like little comic book story, thing that he created, and he would like go hire like models, like beautiful models, male and female, like be part just to be the comic book, and he would like do little photo shoots and video shoots, and we would go to cosplays, events like MegaCon and everything, and we would do a little videos and stuff like that of them. So it became kind of big. It started becoming a big production, and he would have me like kind of run the whole thing. So I liked it. I did like choreography and all that stuff for like different cosplay people and everything. I've been trying to actually get to the bigger boys like Comic Con and even the international Comic Con in Europe and stuff, which is like super huge. And
It's
stuff.
gonna be tough, but you should definitely get in there.
So those were kind of like my two favorite projects I've worked on.
That's what's up. That's like, so you probably watched like a lot of Wu-Tang films back then too.
Yeah, I watched that. Yep.
That's awesome. So we're gonna dive into one of your next videos that you did. I believe it was like a horror skit that you did for Norwegian Cruise Line. A little like scary. I actually like how you edited this video. You showed a little bit more of your special effects that you got to work with, and a little bit more creative. So we're gonna go into this version of doing the little Halloween theme. I had to cut out a little bit of the beginning because copyright claims, can't be playing that MJ, so I had to cut that part out. But it's gonna go right into the video, so we're gonna check that out really quick. All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Dennis. He was the photo manager. He's the pretty much the director, the producer of that whole thing, the writer. He came up with that. He wanted to showcase it for the entire ship can see it. Maybe I think at the captain's meeting, but I don't think it made it to that and stuff. It was very unique.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
Hear me?
Whoa, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you a little bit better.
Hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay, there we go. You're good.
Yeah, that was from Dennis. He was the photo manager on the Pride of America. So he pretty much created a nice masterpiece and stuff. Very short film. And then we was just surprised by the talent that was like with Giggles. He was the youth manager. Jawan. He was the evil villain, whatever it was. And then the makeup artist was Taylor. She worked in spa and she did facials for spa, but she was an awesome makeup artist. She created all that makeup for herself from scratch. We was impressed with her. My coworker Jacob, he was a broadcast tech as well and everything. He helped me edit. He did half of the editing. It was pretty good. It was very creative. Me and him just kind of collab and did like a nice creative masterpiece together. It was fun. It was fun. It's a lot of work, but
yeah, definitely got a good team there though. It's pretty cool. Came out good though. Definitely came out good. Before we get you out of here and everything, we still got about 15 minutes more, so I was gonna nail some couple more questions for you really quick. Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right. So for a new person starting out in doing video and film, what kind of gear do you recommend somebody starting out with first? Like what kind of camera should they start out with, or lights or something? Like how should they start if they want to get into making good quality film?
So I guess it's particularly what they want to do. So if they want to get into filming, like for short film and or full film movies, or if they just want to do like YouTube videos, I guess it would depend because certain cameras have their own uniqueness and their technicality to them and everything. So of course, the more money you spend on the camera, the better quality it is, obviously, and everything. So that goes from your Cinema Pro cameras like Sony Cinema, Canon C100, and even cameras as sophisticated as the Red. It's a super powered camera with super lens. It's amazing. Those are going to run you a lot of money, but you're going to get top quality. So it is all of what you're looking for and everything. If you want something simple just to get videos out and, for entertaining or even personal kind of because there's a lot of people try to do little videos for their makeup or something. You want something with more sharper image cameras and stuff. There's a lot of Nikon cameras that are very good with details and then your lighting has to be, always on par as well. So it's just all about what you want to do. There's a whole world of options. You kind of want to look at the film world as a dating site. You kind of can make your own dating woman. You can make it however you want it. So many cameras, so many equipments to get that can fit your need and stuff. You just kind of have to be aware. I always advise to look at other videos, look at other projects, other films, short films on YouTube, on the internet, any other certain channels and stuff. Follow different people, follow different groups that's doing something. That's how you learn. That's how you learn what you need. Kind of guide you on the pathway that you want to go to. Always can look up different equipments, bnh.com, Amazon, just look for different camera equipments that you can, they give you different specs and stuff.
Exactly.
So
we can talk about hours about what camera to choose because there's so much out there in the world. It's ridiculous. from cinema
Yeah,
cameras to like I use a mirrorless camera. I use like my Sony, and I got my 4K quality I like, so does the trick. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so what is your like behind the scenes of live broadcasting? Also like your day to day operation on the cruise line. I know it's like kind of like two questions. So basically, how's it like behind the scenes? Doing like the live broadcasting, I guess, aspects of it all, and like what was also your day to day life on the cruise ship? We're just gonna nail two questions in one right there.
the cruise ship. This is pretty crazy. It was very fun. Like, I mean, my job was easy, but it wasn't simple. So, it's like it was complicated to do, but it was very easy, and it was very efficient. So, I mean, my routine was getting up, probably every day around like 8 or 9 o'clock, I had a whole office, and the office was like, I call it like similar to the Batcave. It was nothing but TVs everywhere, just to mess with, computers everywhere. And so I'm just monitoring different channels, different satellites, as well as keeping up the schedule of all the events that was going on throughout the cruise ship every day, which is always something different every day. That was the unique thing about the ship and stuff. Is like your day was never like really the same. It was always different. I mean, even though you have like a routine and stuff and routine schedule, but so and a lot of times I would just be in the office on the computer looking at movies and channels while like editing. Like, I mean, I did like 3 or 4 things. Like, I try to multitask. Any broadcast would know, like, you multitask all the time. You got to keep up with what's going on around the ship, what's going on with your channels, what's going on with your equipment and stuff. And then you're also in the creative mode. You just creating, you making videos, you making graphics, so you just constantly in multitasking. But at the same time, it was pretty chill and stuff. You kept to yourself. Like most people on the cruise ship, they're working with a lot of people all the time, and a lot of commotion, and they're working with the passengers or just other crew members. But broadcast, we just kind of like had it ourselves. Like,
You guys are just chilling.
And then the tech supervisor was in our room as well. At least on that ship. On other ships, you had a room all to yourself. You had no supervisors or anything. So
that's pretty good.
You just had it kind of like easy, keeping to yourself and everything. And then outside of like working and everything, I was either in my room watching more movies or playing with music. I used to like to download music and play the music, as well as like we had crew bar night.
Yeah,
go to the crew mess and eat. I was always eating that. Like you have like buffet food and like snacks around the ship to go eat. Like you can't help yourself.
Yeah, so. That's one perk that I like that I had. I'm like, yeah, I don't have to eat here. I can eat there. I can eat there. That's one thing that you never went hungry there, except when things go on a shutdown. We got to clean out the whole boat, and then we go on shutdown and can't eat. That's
true. But when the food is good.
That's why I never go in the crew mess. So there you go. That's why I gotta go where they eat, man. I couldn't. I almost quit my first day. I was like, yo, if I gotta eat this food, I'm about to quit. They're like, nah, you can eat at the other places. Like, oh, thank God. Because I'm like, that food was bad. Like, I thought I was in jail. I was like, is this jail food? Like, what is this? I was like, I better get some Pop-Tarts or something to live off for like the rest of my contract. That's crazy. But let's see.
I try not to say, because some people had options but to eat there. And then some people love the food. So it's like to each his own.
Exactly. To each his own, exactly. So if you got to film anywhere in the world, where would you love to film? You said Japan, right? That'd probably be like your main spot.
Well,
or be somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely be Japan. But another one, will be Africa.
Africa, yeah.
Like, Africa has, I know it's just like considerably third world and stuff, but like, I always try to imagine it's kind of like there's some land in Africa that's like Black Panther, Wakanda, or something like that. The technology is high and all this unique warriors and stuff like that. You never know. But Africa is very beautiful, and there's a lot of culture out there and stuff. Especially that interests me and stuff. Because I'm Black, so I want to kind of get into my roots. But they have film, like they have their own kind of filming out there, and so I want to kind of learn it a little bit, see how it is out there. But and it's just mostly for the landscape and stuff. Is they have so much more landscape than most countries.
So where's like the coolest place you like got to shoot a location at? Was it Hawaii, or did you get to shoot somewhere else that you enjoyed the most? Like your favorite location that you got to film at?
Well, my first cruise ship, I was actually able to film in Cuba. I did a film for the cruise ship, Cuba and the Bahama Islands as well and stuff. So that was new and different. The only thing about Cuba, the sun is so harsh in Cuba, like it just do not come out right. Like, it's very harsh out there. Like Cuba is a hot city, and of course it's in the middle of the Caribbean area and stuff. So, but that was pretty unique as well. I did a small video shoot in Dominican Republic, and I actually used both a camera and a drone. And everything. And then the funny thing is the drone got crashed. It crashed.
You crashed it?
And stuff, so. Yeah, I crashed it.
Hope you didn't have to pay for it. That would suck.
Well, no, I bought the drone myself. So.
Oh, okay, so it's yours. Warranty, insurance.
Yes, camera.
That's
so those are unique places I did film out there as well and stuff. So yeah.
That's pretty good. That's what's up. So do you have any other tips that you would give to anything for a live broadcast or even live streaming? I don't know if you mess with live streaming at all, but like any good tips? So like if I have like bad dropouts or something, any good tips I should monitor or something like that?
I mean, like it's always when it comes to equipment, something's always possible to happen and go wrong and stuff. So you're just gonna have to have patience. And then just it's always a good thing because no matter where I have worked with like major broadcast companies like ESPN and other stuff like that, or small companies and stuff, and like there's always something that's gonna go wrong. I mean, well, actually, it was a CNN, I think, the other day, I don't know if it's CNN or CBS, their whole audio router just shut down for a whole day. So they was doing live broadcasting around the world without audio. So it happens, you know what I mean?
For a whole day?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about views dropping down.
So, yeah. It just shut down. So, I mean, it happens. You just have to learn from it. And then just, once you learn from it, you move on from there. But when it comes to equipment, they're very unpredictable. Other than that, I would just always say sharpen, find what you're good at, sharpen your skills. If it's audio, if it's just speaking, even with you, if it's audio and speaking, the podcast, this is your sharp point, practice it and master it and take it to the next level.
That's what I'm just trying. I just noticed like a dropout before. I was like, man, there was like actually showing no drop frames today, but I think I just had like one little disconnection. But yeah, 0 drop frames today. Woo, did something right. My last show yesterday had like a lot. It was like a 18 to 20 different drop frames, so it kept cutting in and out. So I had to like readjust my settings, so hopefully it worked out good. But yeah, before I get you out of here, what was I gonna say? Oh, so the last question I guess actually, what do you love most and hate most about your career path that you're on right
now? I can tell you what I hate the most. I hate the most a lot of money like I want to right now. So that's of course, I love doing my job and I will never change it. But, of course you expect to just excel in it and make a lot of money out of it because you just love doing it. You can see yourself doing it for the rest of your life. So I hate that I'm not making money, hopefully that would change one day. But the love the most, I mean, it's just the creative aspect. But I would say like I love meeting people and collaborating with people, especially like other production companies, people that I work with or not even work with. Just look at online and stuff. I love their like type of creativity. There's one guy I would suggest you take a look at. I don't know if you heard of him. His name is Zach King. They used to call him the Final Cut King, but his name now is Zach King. You can find him on YouTube and TikTok and stuff. And he does amazing like tricks with videos. Like he's just a master at it. So I look at him, I try to learn, see what he does. I mean, he's big time too right now.
Yeah.
So just like finding more people who's like really creative and like learning from them. So that's the most thing I like.
That's what's up. So where can we find you if somebody wanted you as a film person? They want to collaborate. Maybe somebody can just network or whatnot, or may need you because they look for freelance work, so they may want to hire you for a side project or something. Like, where can they find you on social media?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have been laying low for a while lately, due to the fact that I was working on a cruise ship and stuff. I used to have my own freelance business and website and everything. It was called CJY Creatives. I'm actually working on that right now and going to relaunch my website very soon. And it's just, based off of my career as a freelancer, producer, writer, and multiplication, a filmmaker. Hopefully, when that goes further out, stuff it's gonna be just based off of. But my name's CJY Creative. You can find it on Instagram. I have a blog site, and you can find it on YouTube. If you type that in, it'll pull up. So it's just CJY Creative. That's where you can see like my work.
Gotcha.
You can kind of see my work and stuff.
All right, man. Well, definitely sounds good. Thank you for spending some time with me and answering some questions. Would you come back on my show one day in the future?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. always here to support.
Definitely. You gotta let me know when you're down in Florida. Definitely gotta get up.
Okay, yeah, I definitely will, man. And good luck with the show, man. Like, this is pretty good. I like the name, The Phame Show.
The Phame Show, man. It's all about film and music entertainment. That's what it's about. So, all right, man. So yeah, thanks again for calling in. I'll definitely hit you up.
Okay, man. Take it easy.
All right, take it later.
All right, peace.
So that was Clarence. Thank you for coming in, Clarence. Definitely got a lot of information about how it's like being a videographer and a broadcast technician, especially if you're trying to get a job on the cruise ship. You want to know what it's like. There's one video I didn't get a chance to play. I'll play as we're fading out, I guess. It's like a quick 1 minute little promo video we did, basically the crew life. So you basically get to see how our life was on the cruise ship. I always got asked that what was your life like? He did a little 1 minute video, kind of just recap of different employees and the life it's like to be on the cruise ship. So, I'll play that right when we're heading out, but make sure, you can follow him. Make sure to follow me on all social media platforms at Joe Phame. So that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. Make sure you follow me on all the platforms. We do our shows Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So we definitely got a lot of stuff. Tomorrow, I got two special guests coming on. They are hip-hop artists and producers. They go by Reggie Reg and Super Cool. So we're going to play some of their music, get to know them a little bit more. This show is all about getting to know you and showcasing your talents. That's what my whole show is about. So if you want to be on my show, you got a talent you want to show off, let the world know what you got, I want you on my show. So you just got to hit me up and be like, yo, I'm feeling your show. I do this, whatever you are. You could be a comedian. You can be a singer, rapper, producer. You play guitar, piano, or whatever. Is anything related to the entertainment industry or anything that's unique art, have your own clothing line, basically anything really with the industry that's ties us together. Basically, that's what I want. So it's kind of like America's Got Talent, but this time everyone got a chance to be seen and heard, instead of just a small selective. So like I said, I want you on my show, so just hit me up. So yeah, so thank you guys again for tuning in. I'll play this one quick video, and then I'll be out. But this is like basically what it's like to work on a cruise line. So just a little quick video, and this Clarence did this one pretty quick, a little quick promo video. Check it out. So that was basically kind of a little clip of what's kind of like. The only thing they're missing was me. He should have had footage of me DJing. But some of it was actually some of the workers I actually worked with during that time. So I knew it was definitely during time I was on there. So yeah, he definitely should have got me on that video, but it's whatever. It's cool. So that was like when I worked on the cruise line in Hawaii. It was definitely good times. But yeah, so I'm out of here for now. Like I said, make sure you tune in tomorrow from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern time, as I got my 2 special guests coming on. So hope you guys have a great night. Make sure you follow me on all the platforms, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. All right, later.